Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's I'm going to be reviewing the Lexus IS 500. Before we get into this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Lexus here in Murray, Utah for giving me some time with this car. I'm going to include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a naturally aspirated 5-liter V8 that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy 17 around town and then 25 on the highway, with power outputs being 472 horsepower and then 395 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, you notice how it's raised there in the center. I think that's such a cool design detail here on the IS 500. And then we've got the new IS's signature headlight design, which looks really sharp. And then I like how all the trim has been blacked out here at the grille. And putting it all together, it has this sporty, aggressive appearance. Now around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 235/40/19 in the front and then 265/35/19 in the rear. I love the satin finish here on the wheels. I mean, look how cool that looks. Got the blacked out brake caliper. And then we have our F Sport badge here on the side. And then notice how the mirror cap and the window trim also blacked out. And then here's your full side view with the IS 500. And then taking a look at the key fob, we have our lock and unlock function. We got the opening here for the trunk, and then you got the Lexus logo there on the back as well. And popping into said rear, you guys can see we've got quite a bit of cargo space here in the back of the IS. Again, this is Lexus's smallest sedan, so it's not going to be the biggest for the cargo space, but it's still practical. When you're all done, just plop. I love the spoiler here. I mean, look how cool that is, all blacked out. And then you got the signature kind of light bar design here on the back, and then of course IS 500. And speaking of 500 stuff, look at those exhaust tips. Putting it all together, what do you guys think about the overall design here with the IS 500? Now, taking a look at the door panel, you guys can see soft touch here and then also down below. And then I like this trim here as well. And then look at these seats, how they're all perforated down the center. You got the nice stitching there on the side too. And then legroom back here solid. We also have a little storage pocket on top of that. And look at this. We got our slightly over-engineered cup holder armrest. And then last but not least, headroom. It's good. Now, take a look at the front door panel. Soft touch here at the top and then also down below. Got all of our window controls here. Mirror adjustments, and then we do have memory seats, blind spot mirroring with the mirrors too. And then look at the front seat, how again perforated all down the center, power adjustments on the side, F Sport right there. And then look at those pedals, pretty cool. We've got this to open up the trunk. You can see a sunshade, it's for the camera system, and the steering wheel is power adjustable. And then we do have soft touch trim all over the dash. Now, taking a look at the steering wheel, you can see that you've got perforated trim on either side so you can get a better grip, and then softer here at the top and at the bottom. Look at that F Sport badge. We've got paddle shifters here in the back for the 8-speed. You got power controls like your adaptive cruise control, and yeah, it's got the old school stock there as well, and the regular stocks here on the back of the steering wheel. And then here is the gauge cluster. It's got the cool side effect there, but basically you can scroll through different bits of info with the gauge cluster, and then of course it changes when you put it in the Sport Plus mode. Comes with a 360 camera system, which is not necessary because this car isn't that big, but still a nice thing to have and solid resolution. As for the rest of the infotainment screen, this is not Lexus's newest unit. This is their last gen screen. So it is a touchscreen, but you can also control it with a keypad. Overall, it's pretty easy to use. And then I like this on the dash with how they've done the trim, and also the clock there. It's pretty cool. Got our dual zone climate controls here with the cool temperature sliders. And then analog controls here for the radio, and if we move the shifter, controls for the heated seats, cooled seats, heated steering wheel. And then here's your shifter for the 8-speed automatic. Drive mode select right here with your snow mode, stability control, auto hold. And then the keypad, we've got some cup holders here. And then center console, good storage. Nice padding on the top. And then glove box, also pretty spacious as well. And then last but not least, got a sunroof. Now here's the window sticker for this IS 500. You guys can see the base MSRP here, and those wheels, by the way, BBS forged wheels. I didn't know they were BBS wheels. Anyways, $67,790 is the total MSRP on this. Bargain compared to the M3. Let's see how it drives. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's visibility over the hood. Both the mirrors, do a blind spot monitoring throughout the rest of the rear. And we're gonna have to reverse out. This is where we'll use the 360 camera system. But yeah, IS 500, AKA performance bargain of the century. In a way, it really is. We will talk about that in today's review. So, and there we go. Okay, we are off on our way. So, first off, seats are really comfortable. This is something that I love about Lexuses is no matter how high performance, the seats are always comfortable. They're always comfortable. And these seats look sporty. It's not like they, it's not like they look boring. They're sporty, cool looking seats, but they're also very comfortable. And then the next part I'd say that's really cool is ride quality. It's nice. V8's so smooth. It's got this nice rumble to it. It's not too over the top, but yeah, just how it delivers power. It's got a smoothness to it that I really appreciate. And the cabin's pretty well insulated. Is that soft? Yeah, it's all soft touch. I was wondering if at the very edge if it was still soft touch, and it definitely is. That's pretty cool. Responsive, that's for sure. Yeah, it's a very smooth powertrain. It's nice how this performs. And even though the torque's under 400 pound-feet, it still feels like it's got some decent low-end grunt. His suspension's just so comfortable. Again, that's kind of like a hallmark of Lexus cars. Yeah, brakes are good too. We're going over the train tracks here, so this will be another chance to kind of test out that suspension comfort. Pretty dang good. Get on it here. Yeah, V8 power. We'll get another acceleration in a little bit. But boy, oh boy, does this thing move. Now, it's not as crazy as, some of the cars people compare this against, like BMW M3, for example. Audi RS5, I think is another one that I'll see people kind of compare this against. But the thing about the Lexus is, in 5 to 10 years, this will still be on the road. The other ones, they'll still be on the road, but also they'll be on the road at the same time that the owner is filing for bankruptcy because they just don't have the reliability, right? Nobody has the reliability of Lexus, especially when it comes to Lexus building a V8, a naturally aspirated V8. Like, it's just, that's the thing about this car is, it's not like, it has really good handling dynamics, by the way. It's not, but what I will say is it's not necessarily the most exciting performance sedan on the market, but it is exciting enough, in my opinion, and you can trust it, right? You know that it's always going to start up, and again, the maintenance in 5 to 10 years is not going to be crazy on it, because it's not gonna blow up like the European counterparts will. Right? It's like those European cars are great when they're brand new, but yeah, after that they just fall apart. That's just what happens with them. That's why the used values on them tank so much. And we're getting acceleration again. Yeah, the handling is just so good. So good. That was a lackluster acceleration for me. Once you get higher in the RPMs and you really hear the V8, it's great. But yeah, where this is priced at, this has barely increased in price since it came out. Whereas like the BMW M3, like the ones that I see at dealers are like $100,000. They're expensive. They're expensive. So let me guys think about the IS 500, but I think this is a performance sedan bargain, and it's one that'll actually last the test of time.